So it used to be that it was really easy to get started with cold calling because all you had to do was pick up the white pages, the yellow pages, open it up, and start calling people and sell them stuff. Now, there's all these rules around it, of course, but it was still relatively easy because you didn't have to spend money on marketing. You didn't have to spend money on posters and advertisements and long copy sales letters to get people to opt in so you can call them. Now, with the advent of internet for the last 20 plus years, of course, it's become quite easy to get inbound sales. That means to get people to come to you so you can call them. So now more companies, I think, and based on what I've seen, are doing inbound. That means people coming to them. Then outbound means going to the customer, like calling them out of the blue and saying, "Hey, what's up? You don't know me, but let's talk." So I actually think that cold calling is very, very good to learn sales, and it's very, very hard to learn sales with cold calling. However, if you do succeed with cold calling, you will always have dinner on the table because you can never run out of leads, and it's much harder than inbound sales, which means you have to develop your sales skills to a higher point, to a higher level. So what is the difference between these two, inbound sales and cold calling? With cold calling, you're basically the salesperson. I know my drawings are very beautiful, and you're calling companies, and it's like this big company, and you're like, "Oh, hey, can you kind of hit the wall first, which is the secretary, and it's a pointy wall because they're kind of sometimes rude to you, and they don't want to talk to you. Their job is to get rid of you, right? So it's just you pushing up against this wall, and need to get past this wall. Now, you can lie, you can do all kinds of weird stuff, but ultimately you need to get past the wall and you talk to the person on top, like someone who can make a decision, someone who's responsible. And it's a big company usually, and you talk to this one person who can make a decision, this one person who can buy from you. It's pretty tough. So another strategy is to, instead of calling the big company, you call the smaller company, which I will represent by drawing a shack. Yeah, it's not a very pretty shack, but in this shack, this is a one-person business. And here you will not have to face this wall, this secretary gatekeeper wall that is getting stronger and stronger every single year as people keep calling companies and making it harder for everyone else. So if you're a professional salesman and you want to learn how to get better at sales without having to face this wall of secretaries, you may want to call companies that don't have that many defenses, where you can speak to the decision maker, usually the CEO, because it's a one-person company most often, without having to go through any kind of obstacles. Now here, you have to befriend the person, ask them some questions, have friendly banter, friendly conversation, and then say, "Well, wouldn't you like this as a solution?" And they're like, "Oh, that's actually a good idea." In fact, for example, as a test, you can call a company right now and go through their buying process, find something that doesn't work online. For example, I just was on a shirt buying website and their shirt buying process was not that great. So I just told them, why don't you just hire or pay a separate company to be your wall so that you don't get spam, and instead you just only talk to clients. And if I was offering that service, I could totally just sell to them. It wouldn't be a problem because I already was talking to the decision maker. It was a small company, and he was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. How do I do that?" And all I had to do then is sell. So with inbound sales, what you do is there is all these companies, big and small, and what they do is they go through intermediary websites, which is like an umbrella here, right? And the umbrella website, the intermediary website, it offers all kinds of services. And you can put your services on the umbrella website, on the intermediary website. So you, as an entrepreneur, you have an account on these intermediate websites like Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, and so on. And you will get people coming to you, which is inbound sales. Now you can go through these websites, which kind of take care of getting these leads for you in exchange for a small percentage of your profit, or you can create your own funnel and, for example, with Facebook ads, right? And what you do is you have people go through your funnel and come to you. Now, I recommend going through this funnel here, which is kind of the sandbox, kindergarten, easy mode, right? Freelancing websites, and get some sales through that and invest money into your own funnel so you can get a higher cut of the profit and higher quality clients. Now, for you, if you do this, if you do inbound, this is actually an easier sale because these people, they already admit, they already say, they're already actively looking for a solution. Whereas these people, you have to kind of convince them or find solutions that they're already looking for. So it's not going to be exactly what you're offering from day one. So there's all these extra steps involved here. Whereas here, you just offer what they're already publicly saying that they're looking for. It's just easier and you get sales like that. So this is inbound sales. That means people come to you, and this is cold calling. Whereas for these companies, you call them, find out what they actually want, and then adjust your service and products to what they want, and hope to God you're good enough and practice enough to get through the gatekeepers and actually get the sale, get the payment without having to go there and meet them. Now, these guys, they tend to have more money because they're harder to get to. The barrier for entry is harder to get through this wall. Whereas here, they're more looking for, a better deal, but they're easier to actually close. They're more likely to actually pay you without you having to know all this marketing and advanced sales, all these advanced sales techniques. So that's pretty much it. That's the difference here. I suggest you get started with this, then maybe get into this, and then finally get into this. And this is infinitely scalable. This tends to be quite limited in scalability. And your own funnel is actually also pretty much infinitely scalable depending on the audience size and the platform where you're advertising. Where to advertise with your own funnel, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, and so on. So what should you implement from this? Start with something nice and simple, get good at sales, get revenue in your business, quit your job, invest more time in your business, and build a strong foundations in multiple funnels like referral funnels and all the other stuff that we can discuss in other videos, and build a 7-figure business that lasts, that gets results for clients, and gets lots of referrals and long-term business. That is a long-term business, and that is long-term success, not just for 1 year or 2 years, but forever. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you'd like more free videos.